Have you ever wondered how one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations was built? How vast territories, diverse peoples, and incredible innovations were forged into a single, enduring empire. Today, we journey back in time to explore the legendary dynasties that shaped ancient China, a story of epic battles, brilliant minds, and monumental constructions that still inspire awe. Our story begins not with emperors, but with legends. The Xia Dynasty, shrouded in myth, is said to be China's first. While concrete archaeological evidence is debated, the stories of its sage kings, like Yu the Great, who tamed the great floods, laid the cultural foundation for what was to come. They established the concept of a hereditary monarchy, a single family destined to rule. Following the Xia, the Shang Dynasty rose to prominence around 1600 BCE, and here, history truly comes alive. Archaeologists have unearthed magnificent bronze vessels, chariots, and entire cities from this era, but their most fascinating legacy is the oracle bones. Priests would carve questions to the gods on turtle shells and ox bones, heat them until they cracked, and then interpret the patterns. These carvings are the earliest form of Chinese writing we have, the direct ancestors of the characters used today. The Shang established a complex society with a king at its apex, a powerful aristocracy, and a sophisticated belief system centered on ancestor worship. But no dynasty lasts forever. Around 1046 BCE, the Shang were overthrown by the Zhou. The Zhou dynasty introduced one of the most influential political ideas in Chinese history, the mandate of heaven. This concept asserted that a ruler's right to govern was granted by the heavens, but only if they ruled justly and wisely. If a ruler became corrupt or incompetent, natural disasters and rebellions were seen as signs that they had lost the mandate, justifying their overthrow. This powerful idea would be used to legitimize new dynasties for thousands of years. The Zhou period was also a golden age of philosophy, giving rise to Confucianism and Taoism, schools of thought that would profoundly shape East Asian culture for millennia. However, the Zhou's control eventually weakened, leading to a period of fragmentation known as the Spring and Autumn and the Warring States periods. For centuries, China was a chaotic patchwork of rival kingdoms, each vying for supremacy. It was an era of constant warfare, but also incredible innovation in military strategy, technology, and political thought. Sun Tzu's The Art of War was written during this tumultuous time, a timeless guide to strategy that's still studied by leaders worldwide. Out of this chaos, one state emerged victorious, the Qin. In 221 BCE, its ruthless and ambitious leader, Yin Zheng, conquered all his rivals and declared himself Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China. His reign was short but transformative. He standardized everything: currency, weights and measures, the width of cart axles, and most importantly, the writing system. This created a unified cultural and economic entity from the diverse states. To defend his new empire from northern nomadic tribes, he connected existing walls to create the first version of what we now know as the Great Wall. But his rule was harsh and authoritarian. He ordered the burning of books and the persecution of scholars to suppress dissent. Despite its brutality, the Qin dynasty laid the foundation for a unified imperial state that would define China for the next 2,000 years. The very name China is thought to have derived from Qin. When Qin Shi Huang died, his dynasty quickly crumbled under the weight of its own tyranny, giving way to the Han Dynasty in 206 BCE. The Han is often considered China's classical golden age, a period of immense prosperity, cultural flowering, and technological advancement. They established Confucianism as the state orthodoxy, creating a system of governance led by educated scholar officials, selected through examinations. This meritocratic ideal would become a cornerstone of the Chinese bureaucracy. The Han Dynasty also saw the invention of paper, one of the most important inventions in human history, which revolutionized communication and record-keeping. They expanded the empire's borders and established the Silk Road, a vast network of trade routes connecting China to the Middle East and Europe, facilitating an incredible exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. The legacy of the Han is so profound that the majority ethnic group in China today still refers to themselves as the Han people. After 4 centuries of glory, the Han Dynasty also declined, leading to another period of division known as the Three Kingdoms, a dramatic era of heroes and warlords, immortalized in the classic novel, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. It wasn't until 589 CE that China was reunified under the Sui dynasty. Like the Qin, the Sui was short-lived but incredibly influential. Its greatest achievement was the construction of the Grand Canal, the longest artificial waterway in the world, linking the fertile rice-growing regions of the south with the political and military centers in the north. This engineering marvel boosted the economy and unified the country, paving the way for the next great dynasty, and that was the Tang Dynasty, another spectacular golden age. The Tang period is celebrated for its cosmopolitanism, openness, and cultural brilliance. Its capital, Chang'an, was the largest and most populous city in the world, a vibrant hub where traders, monks, and diplomats from across Asia gathered. Poetry, painting, and ceramics flourished. Women, at least in the upper classes, enjoyed a higher status than in many other periods of Chinese history. The Tang Dynasty saw the expansion of trade along the Silk Road and the spread of Buddhism as a major religion. It was an era of confidence and creativity that left an indelible mark on Chinese civilization. From the mythical Xia to the glorious Tang, each dynasty built upon the last, weaving a continuous thread of history, culture, and identity. They constructed great walls and canals, standardized language, and created philosophical systems that have guided billions. This incredible story of unification, innovation, and resilience is the story of how an empire was built, one dynasty at a time. The echoes of their achievements still resonate in the world we live in today. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through ancient China. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure into the past. Let me know in the comments which dynasty you find most fascinating. Until next time, stay curious.